Okay, great. All right, we're live. Welcome, everybody. And why don't we go ahead with the Scrum, and then maybe we just review where we're at. This is the end of the 2-week Scrum, whichever, I think the second since we started doing this. We'll just see where we're at this point. But anyway, before we do that, why don't we just go through the Scrum real quickly? Sage, you want to go first?
Sure. Let's see. I don't really remember what I was working on last week, but this week I have a whole bunch of pull requests from Sagel, as well as a pair of potential interns for the next round. And so that is all sort of shaping up nicely, except that I need to give feedback on both the like project proposal that is in draft mode, and then also like a couple of pull requests. But things are looking promising. Looks like we fixed some like annoying little bugs that had turned up kind of recently. So that's all good. And then I've been working with Greg on this task that he's in the middle of like adding the ability to like put in assignments from some wikis that aren't supported, that kind of have to be special case because they don't work quite like the others. Mm-hmm. And then I've been like trying to like sort of take up some of the work for one of the staff members at WikiEd that's out sick. So I've been doing some non like dashboard technical work today and last week.
All right, sounds good. Let's see, Hinesh, how about yourself?
For me, it's been a bit of a quiet weekend. Just done a story on Met Plus. I pulled the PR in. I've seen your changes. I'll do the changes probably tonight or tomorrow. That's it for me.
Okay. Did you want to connect up after the Scrum here and go through those so I can explain?
Yeah, we'll do that.
Okay, that'd be good. Let's see, Sejal, how about yourself? How are things going?
I'm working on adding visualizations for the user stats, contribution stats. So I just finished developing the data set for the instructor stats, and now I'll be working on developing the graph for that. And that's about it, yes.
All right, well, that's enough. Certainly. Sounds good. So for myself, what have I been working on? Let me just see. Spent some time on the SHF project, reviewing PRs, working on a story. Had a pair programming session, in fact, with one of the members of that project earlier today. Met Plus, been doing a lot of work reviewing PRs, helping with some of the issues that have been arising in testing, which are rather involved, and that's why I think it might be, I've been jumping in to try to help out because it requires significant knowledge for some of those. We're having troubles with our cruncher, our back-end cruncher, which is the thing that mashes resumes and job descriptions and finds a match between the two sets of data. It's been kind of unstable as the author of that gets ready for production. He's improving it and adding things to it, etc. But of course, he breaks things along the way too. But that's what happens. And that's pretty much it for me. And no blockers on my side. So we have a new person who joined. Devroy, hi. Did you want to say hello or ask about anything? If not a problem at all. So also just to touch base real briefly on where we're at with the sprint that was just completed. For AV people, for Agile Ventures people, we had one PR delivered, which was from Michael, 1140. So we didn't hit our target of 2 for that sprint, but that's okay. I'm sure we'll catch up. Stories in progress, what we have now are 3 different stories. One is by Greg, that you mentioned earlier, Sage. Another is by Michael, that I think we walked through that last week before Michael got on a plane and went back to Germany. And Federico has had a story out there for a week or so and still working on that. So we have 3 stories underway. And that's pretty much it in terms of summation, what we did in the sprint, as far as AV contributions, not to minimize anybody else's. So also, Sage, we have, I think, in progress, we have a bunch of stories, but also in our current sprint column, I think we have 7 or 8 stories. So I think we're in pretty good shape for the coming sprint, unless you wanted to vote on anything and move something ahead or reprioritize. It's up to you.
No, I think we're in good shape.
Okay. Yeah, I think we have enough for. I mean, if we run out of things to do a week from now.
I'm gonna move. I don't know why. We have one in the backlog that Arun is working on. That I think he's still working on. Not sure why it ended up back to the backlog, or maybe we just never moved it over.
I don't think that was ever moved over. Is that? Do you know if that's still active? If he's still working on that?
Yeah, he was asking me about it on Slack just yesterday. So I think he's in the middle of that.
I'll move it over to in progress unless you already did. Are you doing it?
Realized that I'm not logged in right now.
Okay, I just moved it.
I failed.
That's okay. So we got, I guess we have 3 stories in progress then. Excuse me, 4 stories, not just 3.
Mhm.
All right, so we got a good enough queue. Don't need to vote on any more stories. We have things in motion, and I think that's it as far as summation of the sprint. In terms of retrospective things like that, Sage and I talked about that 2 weeks ago, and we realized that it's tough getting people to come in from Agile Ventures. It's tough for them to find projects, et cetera. So I've talked to Sam about that as well. He's making more of an effort as new members show up to say, hey, you know, what are you interested in? And if they express interest in React, then we're sending them over here. I'm doing the same. So we'll see how that goes. But overall, I know Hinesh has contributed. I'm sure he'll be back with a story pretty soon. Michael's doing a good job of weighing in there. And Arun as well. So at least we have a good contingent continuing on. And that's it. Anybody else have any comments about the sprint or sprint planning or anything else for that matter? Okay, good.
Stage, can we connect up after this?
Yeah.
So if you guys want to, you could use this session, and I could create another session for Hinesh and I. It's up to you. You'll lose the video, but perhaps you don't need that.
No.
Okay.
Yeah. As it's
All right. So what?
Yeah. We can continue on the other chat as well if you guys want to continue here.
Whatever's easiest. All right. So I'll just drop this call, and then you guys can use it, and I'll create another one, Hinesh.
Okay.
Right away. Hook up with you.
Okay.
All right. Great. All right. Well, thank you, everybody.
All right.
All right.
See you tomorrow. Bye now.
Bye.
Right.